Yeah, live free. Fourth tribe for 100 centuries. Yeah, let's go. Take a look at my soul. Nothing left but these hoes. They tried to take me down, but YAH is in control. So now I ask you, you suddenly black too. The oppressor ain't fair when he attacked you. Started wars cause they tried to tax you. You should be asking who they was taxing. Now what prices on our backs, and the IRS wanted in on the back end. Lincoln was never down for emancipation, just good political relations to try to make a good case for the next election. Yet Jim Crow came right back in the field, certified with a government seal. Raleigh tried to stand up with zeal. Sadly, he thought that Jesus was real. They gave us them fake news and education to keep us concealed.
Take a look at my soul. All I wanna do is go. There's nothing left of me. I just hold a slavery for 100 centuries. Nothing left for you to hold. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free.
For 100 centuries of this horrid slavery. But YAH, he is the king, and he will save me. So now I ask you, will you drop to your knees and beg YAH, please? Don't you know that YAH is coming? It's like tomorrow. I can't even tell you the time on your Audemars. Just guard your heart, baby Paul, baby dog. Don't cry. Paparazzi never cared about them tears. No way. Just fear my YAH all day. Rest in him, just like the song say. I'm waiting for the day that he sit on the throne. Till then I'm stuck in my zone, staying focused on the day when he finally take us home. Till then I'm prophesying to the dry bones. Till that day that I'm gone and y'all reveal what he has shown, that YAHWEH is Elohim, is him and none alone.
Take a look at my soul. All I wanna do is go. There's nothing left of me. I just hold a slavery for 100 centuries. Nothing left for you to hold. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. Live free. Yeah. Take a look at my soul. All I wanna do is go. There's nothing left of me. I'm this horrid slavery for 100 centuries. Left for you to hold. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free. All I want to be is with my YAH and live free.
HaleluYAH, HaleluYAH, HaleluYAH. Praise the mighty YAH, for YAH is righteous, YAH is holy, and let YAHWEH be magnified. Shalom, shalom. I am Mowreh Naphtali, here with you once again to bring you nothing but the truth. And what is this truth? This truth is the true, unadulterated words of YAHWEH. Who is this YAHWEH? YAHWEH is the creator. He's the creator of the heavens, the earth, the seas, and all that in them is. YAHWEH created good and evil. YAHWEH created light and darkness. And at this time, I would like to praise the mighty Yahweh for affording and awarding me such a great opportunity as this opportunity is to indulge in one of the sacrifices of righteousness, even the sacrifice of the knowledge of Elohim. And I must praise Yahweh also for all those who are blessed to indulge with me. Praise the mighty Yah. It's a great blessing to appear once again on Nothing But the Truth, to bring you nothing but the truth. And it is a truth. Yah has ordained me to tell you the truth. I praise the mighty Yah for the leaders that came before me, especially the late great Mowreh Elesha and my father, the great Mowreh IshiYAH, for just the good leadership, being diligent and steadfast and faithful to the word of the Almighty. And this is why I appear before you this evening, because I get it from them. This is a special spirit that I pray that Yahweh will never take away from me. And I pray that he never take the spirit from you. The spirit that will have you conjured up, stirred up, and full attention for the word of the Almighty. This is our strength. This is our blessing. This is our life. Praise the mighty Yah. I was blessed to come before you last night to start this segment and program. And this program is on the Song of Degrees. There's 15 of these particular psalms from Psalms 120, the 120th division, all the way to the 134th Psalms. And these 15 psalms are called Song of Degrees. And degrees and 15 and song, they all go together. In the first scripture I showed you all last night, I will go there again. It's in the book of Exodus, the 15th chapter. Just to real quick show you how these words are connected. Song of Degrees, and then it's 15 of them. So in honor of that, and seeking wisdom from that, we will go where Yahweh led me, to the book of Exodus, the 15th chapter, where it reads in the first verse, then sang Moses and the children of Israel. They sang this song unto Yahweh. And see, that's already a song of degree, because at the point you're singing unto Yah, you're not singing for the earth. You're singing for the heavens. And the heaven is a 360-degree world. The heaven is a 360-degree habitation. And this heaven is very high. There's even heaven of heavens. But at the point you sing unto Yah, and listen what they say, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yah, for he has triumphed gloriously. And he triumphs every day. The horse and his rider has he thrown into the sea. Then it says what we've been saying about 15 all along, that 15 is the third order of one, But when you get to this third order of one, which represent the word of Yah and the love of Yah, when you get to this 15th, this is when Yahweh will begin to strengthen you and show forth your strength in his word. And if you have strength in Yah's word, then you have strength in Yahweh. You have strength in your relationship with the Almighty, because it's all based and founded. The foundation of your relationship and your walk with the Almighty is in the word of Yah. The very first time you even see the word of Yahweh came to anyone is in Genesis, the 15th chapter. I'll go there real quick, just in honor of Yah and wisdom, knowledge, understanding, in honor of his book in which his spirit gathered. They say, man, the chapters don't have no meaning. It don't. So the spirit of Yahweh moves in vain. And when the spirit of Yahweh put 15 on this chapter, it had no bearings and no meanings, and it was just a vain thing. It was just a number, a random, or just a number. Don't mean nothing else more than that. Just to let us know it's just the 15th chapter. Well, no, it's a lot more than what meets the eye. And this is what Yahweh will show you. You think a rock is just a rock until Yahweh show you rock, even rocks have more than what meets the eye. In Genesis, the 15th chapter, it says, after these things, the word of Yahweh came unto Abram in a vision and saying, fear not. See, the word of Yahweh came to give him strong confidence. The word of Yahweh came to him to put him into a place where you are a Superman, because you don't need to have no fear. Do not fear nothing, Abram. And why? Because I'm thy shield. Number one, I'm your shield. And I'm thy exceeding great reward. That's all I need. Drop the mic. Genesis, the 15th chapter. You can't get no stronger than that. At the point that Yahweh told us not to fear, that's what he told our father. Don't fear nothing. I'm your shield and exceeding great reward. Exodus, the 15th chapter, is the first time you will see the true purpose of the word song. And that's when you see us singing unto Yah about his strength and victory. HaleluYAH. And so, yes, we are going to continue this segment on Song of Degrees. We dealt with Psalms 120. We was only able to deal with one of the 15 Psalms. The 15 Psalms, which are Song of Degrees, we only dealt with one. And that's because I wanted to give an introduction also to these 15 different Psalms by going into the Song of Degrees and just dealing with those words. And of course, I showed you how the Almighty took me to deal with the testimony of Hezekiah, because 15, which shows forth the strength and the love of Yah and the word of the Almighty. The Almighty said, well, look at Hezekiah and show the people why I extended his life 15 years. Show the people why I gave him a sign of degrees. Show the people this. And this is the reason why Yahweh gave him an extension of his life. It was time for him to die, not to die from sin or he was wicked. No, his judgment was up. His time and his generation of his life came to an end. Now it was time for him to rest in his bed of righteousness. And why do I say rest in his bed of righteousness? Because the scriptures will tell you that this man Hezekiah, there was none like him. There was none like him. But look what it says in 2 Chronicles, the 16th chapter. 2 Chronicles 16:9. It says, "For the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him." And how is your heart perfect towards the Almighty? Would the Almighty want you to serve him with your whole heart? This is what perfection means. It means you all the way in. Your heart is in it. And if your heart is in it, both your hands is going to be on the job. Both your feet is going to be on the side doing this work. Not one foot in and one foot out, and one hand in the pocket and one hand twiddling, acting like it's working. No, you all the way in. You all the way stirred up. You all the way turned up because you fully, completely understand. You believe, know, and understand that Yah is Elohim. So you fully stirred up. You have no doubts in your mind of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And Yahweh's looking for somebody like this because Yahweh, he got a thing for signs and wonders. He has a thing for testimonies that he can put in his book of records. He has a thing for jewels that he will put in his treasure box. And these are jewels to the Almighty. One who has a heart, a red ruby heart that is perfect towards him. And we've seen that Hezekiah not only was perfect towards him, but you'll read in 2 Kings, the 18th chapter. And it says in the 5th and 6th verse, he trusted in Yahweh Elohim of Israel, talking about Hezekiah, so that after him was none like him among all the kings of Yehudah, nor any that were before him. This guy was a major sign and a major threat that the fact that it was none like him after, none like him before. It says, for he clave to Yahweh and departed not from following him. That's what you call having a perfect heart with Yah. No matter what's going on, because Yahweh is going to test you. He's going to try you. You're going to be tried. And look what it says in concerning this. And I will start tonight's presentation here in the book of Psalms. Isaiah, the 28th chapter. I'm going to start there. And so, you're going to be tried. But when you get tried, and Yahweh will have you in a tight, distressful place, are you still going to follow the Almighty? Are you still going to follow the Almighty with joyfulness of heart? And yes, it's hard to be joyful in a way that other people seem to be joyful, rejoicing with mirth and things of this nature. But you are joyous in your heart because you're following the Almighty. Like right now, what are you doing? Are you following the Almighty? As Yahweh, praise the mighty Yah, has given myself the strength to follow after him, to follow him this evening, this night, to wake up with this on my mind today that I got to do this. I praise Yahweh for that. So, Yahweh's looking. Who heart is perfect towards me? So I can show myself strong for them. Oh, yeah. Yahweh like doing strong things. And he's looking for somebody to do some strong things for. And I must profess. Not only Yahweh has done strong things with me, for me, but man, I'm looking to the future. I'm looking ahead. I'm trying to blaze this trail all the way to my grave. So like one of my brothers said, turn down for what? Turn down for what? We trying to turn up. We trying to turn up the degrees. We trying to turn everything up to where it's louder and louder, stronger and stronger, more perfect and perfect and better. Hallelujah. Now watch this. In Isaiah the 28th chapter, we're dealing with the Song of Degrees. The ones we're dealing with today is Psalms 121, 122, and 123. We dealt with Psalms 120, which is the first Song of Degree, in which the brother, he told us off the rip that Yahweh saved him and delivered him from his distress. He told us off the rip, first verse, that Yahweh heard him and delivered him from his troubles. But his whole cry was about being delivered from a lying tongue, a deceitful lips and lying tongue, being delivered from a dark, deceitful place, sojourning in the land of Meshach, which is a descendant of Japheth, who dwells in the tents of Esau. And since he's in those tents with Esau, he's claiming to be a Shemite. And this is when you say anything against Esau or the Edomites, they want to say, well, you're anti-Shemitic. And now you have a world of problems because you said something and they want to, with all their might, defend the darkness and the shade that they have on everybody's eyes. The wool they done pulled over everybody's eyes. Lying and deceit is at the top of the food chain when it comes to darkness, evil, foolishness, wickedness. The scripture said, man, we're liars from the womb. because we're growing in the womb of one who's embedded lies down into their genes and their blood. And now you come forth out of the womb learning lies, eating lies, drinking lies, because everything they tell us is good, but it's not good, it's evil. And we grow up thinking that evil is good. And next thing you know, when you taste something good, it don't even taste good to you because you're too used to evil. So you will turn down some organic milk, whole milk, because you're too used to the polluted milk. You will turn down the 100% pure maple syrup and because you're too used to Aunt Jemima's. You'll turn down some whole grain spelt bread because you're too used to white wheat or wheat. So it's a world of lies. Bread that's not bread. Water that is polluted. It ain't good water. Everything is backwards. And this brother knew the highest order of business for me is to be delivered. That's where I gotta be delivered from lies. I gotta be delivered from this dark place, sojourning amongst a bunch of people that full of hate. They know no peace. They desire no peace. Peace is far from them. They desire the opposite of peace, the opposite of shalom. So that's what Psalms 120 was bringing us to. That yes, this is why wisdom is crying in the high chief concourses of places, because wisdom is trying to fight against the lies, the deceit, the deception. That's why as soon as you start reading in a book of wisdom and Proverbs, she tell you, stay away from the liars. Stay away from these women that would deceive your heart. And incline yourself to the truth. Incline yourself to the law. Incline yourself to judgment and equity and reproof. When somebody's going to tell you the truth about yourself. Don't incline yourself to flatteries and people that's pat you on the back when you know you ain't got two nickels to rub together. You know you don't even have a pot to even do nothing in. You can't use the restroom in the pot. You can't cook in the pot. You ain't got no kind of pot. You ain't got nothing going. But somebody pat you on the back and flattering you. And what is that doing for you? It's keeping you in the dark. It's keeping you from excelling to be your best. Let's get into these scriptures. Watch this in the book of Isaiah, the 28th chapter, and then we'll go and read Psalms 121, and we'll break down this one, Psalms 121, and show you how it is a song of degrees. Let's get the wisdom and understanding that Yahweh wants us to get out of these psalms. And of course, you must know, first and foremost, Yahweh wants us to see strength. He wants us to see strength on another level. If you look around, this is what all Yahweh is trying to show us. There is another level. You don't have to stay content and comfortable where you're at. Arise and shine, brush off the dust, and let's get to the next level. Strength. And right before I read this, and last thing I want to say is this. My brother turned me on and showed me Mowreh IshiYAH, shout out to him. He said, man, you didn't point out Hezekiah's name. And I said, you know what? I never looked his name up. And I looked it up, and his name means strength. Strength of Yah. Can we make this thing up or no? No, we ain't making nothing up. This is all from the Almighty Yah. Strength of Yah. And then Yahweh will use him. This is what strength look like when you cleave to the Almighty for dear life. When you depart not from following Yah. No matter what's going on, you don't depart from following him. And then Yahweh will do strong things for you, like extending your life 15 more years. When you already done lived out your years. Yahweh can do that. That ain't nothing. But yes, there's things that's greater than extending your life for 15 years. That ain't nothing. That's just an extension. People getting extensions all the time. But what is the end thereof? What's going to happen to you when it's all said and done? What's going to happen to your children when it's all said and done? HaleluYAH. Isaiah the 28th chapter, look what it says in the 16th verse. Therefore, thus says Yahweh Elohim, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation of stone. Yahweh said, I'm laying a stone as a foundation in Zion. And what kind of stone is this? It's a tried stone. This stone been tried. This stone has been tested. This stone done went through the fire. It done went through the pressure. It done went through all the process it needs to go through to come out pure. And it's been tried. And then it says a precious cornerstone. This stone is a sure foundation. And then watch what it says. He that believeth shall not make haste. Yeah, he ain't gonna make haste. He's not gonna start putting on no shoes of foolishness. He's not gonna begin to exalt folly, because that's how haste will lead to. Haste is just, what is a hasty spirit? Or hasty spirit exalt folly. It says, he that believe shall not make haste. Believe what? What do he need to believe? What is he believing where he's not making haste? Which means he must be chilling. He must be at ease. He must be taking his time. He must be in a comfortable place. He must be laying back and just chilling under the wings of the Almighty. That's why he ain't making no haste. Haste for what? I'm good. Yahweh got me. But he believed. This stone, this tri-stone, this cornerstone. Now, what do he believe? Let's show you what he believes in the book of Psalms 118. And then we'll stick in Psalms for a while and get to these Psalms of degrees. Psalms, the 118th division. This very Psalms that comes right before Psalms 119. One of the greatest platforms in the book. And look what it says in Psalms 118. The 22nd verse. And that's what he got to believe. He believed in the signs of the Almighty. That's what he believed. This stone that's a foundation, not only a stone that's a foundation, it's a cornerstone, it's a tried stone. It's been tried and tested. And he believed, so he shall not make haste. And this is what he believes. Look at the 22nd verse of Psalms 118. The stone which the builders refused. Everybody building, but it's these stones they don't want to build with. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner. Right there in what verse? The 22nd verse. Because that's the headstone. That's the cornerstone. That's the stone that is going to cause you to be a beam of light. Speaking of stones, did not Yahweh say, look unto Abraham, the rock from whence you was hewn? The rock whom Yahweh established the covenant of 8 and 22 with? They say, well, Abraham ain't know nothing about no 22. Well, Abraham don't have to know everything. But Yahweh said he was establishing his covenant with Abraham. And then it trickled down to Isaac, which the sign of 22 was upon his son Isaac. And then Jacob. So yeah, he don't know about everything. Why you think Yahweh said in the latter days, knowledge shall increase? Now Yahweh bringing things back full circle, and we going back to Abraham, because that's all we just seeing the other side of the coin. It was on Abraham, although he might have not seen it. He was being tested in the love of the Almighty. He had strength in the love of the Almighty. He knew the secrets of the Almighty. But this is what you got to believe. You got to believe in Yahweh's signs and wonders. Because then now you don't have to make haste. You don't have to be in this uncomfortable spirit of where am I going? Where should I go? What do I need to do? No. If you believe in Yah, you believe in his signs and wonders, you know where you need to go. But the question is, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? Yahweh said, how long these people gonna err to believe me, even though I show them my signs and wonders? They looking at Moses, but my sign, even though Moses is my sign and wonder, but you got to look at the light around Moses. How can this man bear that kind of light? How can he do these kind of things? What is he being led by? So there it is. A tried stone right there in the 22nd verse. HaleluYAH. And speaking of 22, let's go on to Psalms 122. Well, no, excuse me. We have to start at Psalms 121. And we're going to break down these songs of degrees. And then transitioning, let's read Psalms 120. And then we go into Psalms 121. In my distress, I cried unto Yahweh, and he heard me. Deliver my soul, O Yah, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue. And what shall be given unto thee? What shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue? O sharp arrows of the mighty, with coals of juniper. Woe is me that I sojourn in Meshech, that I dwell in the tents of Kedar. My soul has long dwelt with him that hates peace. He hate peace. Because if he didn't hate peace, well, why isn't he seeking peace? Why isn't she seeking peace then? If they don't hate the Almighty, then why you not seeking the Almighty? Why you not seeking his face? He says, I am for peace. I'm for peace in the 7th verse because that's what 7 represent. Peace, shalom. You don't get to shalom until you get to the end, until everything is complete and everything is done. Now you can rest and now you can be at shalom. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. They for war. Now it's time to debate. Now it's time to use the favorite word. I disagree. Now it's time to show our true colors. Now look at Psalms 121. And it reads, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, because this is a song of degrees. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. Don't speak about Yah unless you're talking about, don't speak about Yah without mentioning the heaven and earth. Because that's who Yahweh is. He's the creator that made the heaven and the earth. He says he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. In case you need full understanding, Yahweh don't slumber nor sleep. Yahweh ain't sitting on his throne slumbering, slouching, looking like one of us on the couch with his legs cocked open and he leaning to the side and scratching himself. And Yahweh's not a slumberer. He don't sleep. The 5th verse reads, Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not even smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Praise the mighty Yah. Psalms 121, the 2nd song of degrees. And what is this Psalms teaching us? It's teaching us that there's a strong place. There's a high place in which your help will come from. This is why you have to look up. At some point, you're going to have to look up. At some point, you're going to have to look to the Almighty Yahweh for your help. And he's going to bring you to that point to see, are you going to look up now? Are you going to look to the hills now? Are you going to look to the heavens? That's what it means to look to the hills, because you got to look to the heavens. Say, my help coming from Yah. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Now look what this says in the law. Let's go to the law. And we already read one testimony where in Genesis, the 15th chapter, where Yahweh will testify that he is our shield and our exceeding great reward. But look what the Almighty says in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, the 15th verse. Look what it says. Deuteronomy 7:15. That's the verse I want, but let's start up just a little bit. It says in the 10th verse, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments and keep and do them, that YAHWEH, thy ELohim, shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers. And he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thine oil, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. And then the 15th verse, and YAHWEH will take away from thee all sickness. See, this is the kind of help that YAHWEH is. This is the kind of help we have to tap into. Something that will take all sickness away from you. What can you go in Whole Foods? You would think the higher the price, the higher the chances are that this thing is going to heal me from all my sicknesses. But it ain't high enough. The price is, but its benefits aren't not. But YAHWEH, who you can't give money, you can't pay off, he will take away all your sickness and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which thou knowest upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. And see, when you have a strong relationship with Yah, that's all you have to do is what Hezekiah has done. And you say, my Yah, show me the error of my ways, that I may walk righteously before thee, and also remember me that I followed thee with a perfect heart. I'm all the way in with you, Yah. Heal me from this sickness and take this disease from me. Because this is Yah. This is what he do. This is what he want to do. This is his desire. That's why he says, and Yah will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee. And yes, we're in Egypt again. And there's evil diseases running rampant. And YAHWEH like, listen, it's time for y'all to get to a different degree, or you're going to die like the men of the earth. And look what it says further in this same chapter. Look what it says in the 18th verse. Notice, let's read the 17th verse. It says, if thou shalt say in thine heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them. Just like I told Abraham, your father, I told Abram, fear not, because I'm your shield and I'm your exceeding great reward. You don't have to be afraid of these people. Thou shalt not be afraid of them. But this is what you shall do. You shall well remember what YAHWEH thy ELohim did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt. The great temptations which thine eyes saw. The signs. Don't You have to remember my signs, the wonders, the mighty hand, stretched out arm, whereby Yahweh the Elohim brought thee out. So shall Yahweh the Elohim do unto all. What you think that all mean? All the people of whom thou art afraid. You afraid of them? Yeah, I know you're afraid of them. They're a big, nasty beast that wants to devour. And don't let them get angry. They wake up mad anyway, but then when they get angry, oh, I know why you're afraid of them. They terrible. They treacherous. But Yahweh said, no, don't be afraid. Because you're my servant. Cleave unto me. Like a baby, afraid of the world, holding on for dear life to their parents, to their father, and to their mother. That's how we got to cleave to the Almighty. Then we can rest comfortably because we know we cleaving to the Almighty. You know you cleaving to Yah when you wake up to Yah. You go to sleep to Yah. You walk by the way to Yah, with Yah. We know how to tap in. Look at this even further. In the book of Deuteronomy, the 15th chapter. In Deuteronomy 15, in honor of the 15 songs of degrees, we done been to Genesis 15, Exodus 15, Deuteronomy. We were just at Deuteronomy 7 and 15. Now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 15 and verse 15. And look what it says. Thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt. See, a part of our life, a part of the law, which is our life, a very great part of the law. It's in the top 7 most important things about your life, and that's your memory, remembering. So if we're doing things to our body, to our spirit, to our heart, to our minds that will compromise our memory, this is setting us up for failure. Because one thing about this law, you want to remember it. You want to rehearse it. You want to be able to recite it. You want to be able to remember it. Remember this book. But he says, remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt. And yes, on the 15th, he redeemed us. But in this 15th verse, thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt, and Yahweh thy Elohim redeemed thee. Therefore, I command thee this thing today. I redeemed you on the 15th, brought you out of the land of Egypt on the 15th. So therefore, I command you this thing to do. But remember how I redeemed you. And this is what Yahweh wants us to know. He's our redeemer. It ain't the gun is going to save you. If you want to have a gun, that's fine. But a gun ain't going to save you. A gun ain't your redeemer. It's okay to take herbs. It's good to take herbs. But herbs are not your redeemer, your savior. If we really want help, we have to look to the hills. We have to look to Yah from whence coming for our help. And he tell us how to get his help. He tell us to do good, but then we go beyond. We go to the next level. We go to the degrees. We go to the heavens with our application of how we move to fight in this life against sickness, disease, against trouble. We needed heaven on our side. And Yahweh's so high. It's a whole nother level of protection and shield and a war tactic when you cleave unto Yah. That's our war tactic. Let me go. That's why Yahweh said, only be strong and courageous to keep my law. See, if you can be strong, that's your fight. That's your battle. That's your war. Is cleaving unto the Almighty. Don't lean to the left. Don't lean to the right. Then Yahweh gonna handle everything else. Because this world is too big for little old me. It's too many evils to prevail. It's too many snares and traps. This world is way too dark. If it ain't beasts that's gonna get you, it's gonna be a creeping thing that's gonna get you. If it ain't a creeping thing that's gonna get you, it's gonna be one of them, a snake. Something is out there to get you. And this is why our help must come from Yah. In the book of Isaiah, the 54th chapter, look what it says. Yahweh wants us to know in the 10th verse of Isaiah 54, O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest and not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, like the stones on a breastplate, even the breastplate of judgment. I will lay thy foundations with sapphires. I will make thy windows of gates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones, the same stones that represent my glory, the same stones that represent the children of Israel who was created for my glory, the same stones that represent the judgment of Yah, the same stones that represent life. Life. And all thy children shall be taught of Yah, and great shall be the peace of thy children. See, a gun can't get you that. Who you gonna hold up and heist and rob to get that? How much food can you store up to say, now I'm so blessed, I got so much food that I'm gonna be able to get this? What can you do to get to this degree? Well, you're gonna have to do what Hezekiah did, which he learned from his father David, which David learned from his father Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. He learned from Moses. Look what it says. In righteousness shall thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear. And from terror, for it shall not come near thee. No terror, no oppression. And behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. You need help? Call on me. Don't call on nobody. Call on Yah. Because in the 17th verse, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, says Yahweh. See, that's next level help. This is what the Almighty is promising us. And before we go to the next Psalms, look at Psalms 32. Yahweh want us to remember Deuteronomy 7 and 15. He said, remember what I did and how I redeemed you from the house of bondage, from Egypt, and how I will do this to any people that you're afraid of, all nations. Psalms 32 verse 7 says, thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Selah. This is what we want. See, these songs of degrees are actually songs that come from the Almighty, because he's the deliverer, and he's going to put the song in our mouth. Going back to Psalms 121, then 122, look what it says.
We ride for, yeah. We die for.
Praise the mighty Yah. Obadiah trying to break in on us. Before we transition to Psalms 122, let's read Psalms 121 one more time after reading these beautiful scriptures. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help coming from Yah, which made heaven and earth. Can you do that? He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. They can't move you, especially when you're faithful. If you're faithful with the Almighty, then the Almighty is going to be faithful with you. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. That word keeper means guard, protect. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. No, he ain't going to keep you in no bunker, in no bungalow where you can't even get no fresh air at all. No, the Almighty is just going to protect you, even from the sun, even from the moon. Yahweh preserve thee from all evil. Because, yeah, the sun can get too hot where it ain't good for you. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Praise the mighty Yah. In Psalms 122, let's read this. And I'm really kind of out of time. But let's read this Psalms. And we can point out something quick about it. A song of degrees in Psalms 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go in the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together or joined together. Whither the tribes go up, the tribes of Yahweh, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yah. And I know that this song is all about the name of the Almighty. Because when you think that what is Jerusalem? It's the place where Yahweh chose to place his name. It's only 9 verses in this particular Psalms. 9 is in the order of 2, which 9 is the second order of 2. And we know the order of 2 is, it represents the name of Yah. And here it is. It says, for there are set thrones of judgment. Set thrones of judgment. The thrones of the house of David. And so there will be more than one throne, but all of them are extensions are branches of the same throne, which is the house of David. And so there will be princes from his bloodline that will sit on these thrones all over the kingdom. And these thrones, what do you think about these thrones? Do they represent the name of Yahweh also? Yes, they do. And I will show you that. But look what it says. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. He talking about the city that don't have Yah's love in it. Do Yahweh love the city more than he loved the people of Jerusalem? No, we know that ain't the truth. Even though Yahweh spooled us out because we wouldn't hearken to him, we wouldn't obey him, and we wouldn't keep his commandments and his charge. But no, Yahweh said, out of the heaven and the earth and the fullness that's in it, he delight in his portion, which is his inheritance, which is his people. So pray for the peace of Jerusalem, the people. They shall prosper that love thee. Do you love the people of the Almighty? The people that love Yah, even his own sons and daughters, the ones that's keeping this earth from being destroyed, the ones that's standing in a gap so they can rebuild Jerusalem. Peace be within our walls, prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within thee. Because if it's peace within thee, then it's a good chance it's about to be peace for everybody. But it's slow for everybody if it ain't no peace within thee. We all messed up. So this is why we got to love thee and pray for the peace and prosperity of thee for our own companion and brethren's sakes. Because of the house of Yahweh, our Elohim, I will seek thy good. And yes, Yahweh's Jerusalem, if you read in Deuteronomy, the 26th chapter, you'll read in verse 2. I'll read that real quick. (26:2), thou shalt take of the first of all the fruit of the earth, which thou shalt bring of thy land, that Yahweh thou Elohim giveth thee, and thou shalt put it in a basket, and thou shalt go unto the place which Yahweh thou Elohim shall choose to place his name. That's where he placed his name. You'll read this all over the book. You'll read it in Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter, the 5th verse, where it says, but unto the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there, even unto his habitation shall ye seek, and thither thou shalt come. The place where he placed his name. And then what you will see is in Psalms, the 89th chapter. This is just to show you that that whole Psalms it's in regards to Yah's name. And look what it says in Psalms 89, verse 24. He says, but my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. All those set thrones of judgment of the house of David, they're going to be exalted by the name of the Almighty. It's the name of Yah that's going to bring those thrones and put those thrones and establish those thrones in a high place. And see, Yahweh's name represents a high place because Yahweh's name come in the second order, which that's the second order is when Yahweh made the heaven. And here it is in Exodus, the second book, which is Shemot, which means names. In Exodus 34, look what happens. In Exodus 34, and we also see in Exodus 33 to 17 verse, it says, Yahweh said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of Yahweh before thee, and will be gracious unto whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy unto whom I will show mercy. And he said, thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. And Yahweh said, behold, there is a place by me, that's by me, up high. And thou shalt stand upon a rock, and it shall come to pass, while my glory passes by, that I will put thee in the cliff of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by, and I will take my hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. And of course, he put him up there. He's in the heavens. Yahweh got him in his hands, protecting him, and he's up there in a cleft of a rock in a mountain, and he proclaimed the name of Yah. Because the name of Yah is a refuge, and it's a high place. And this is why you don't want to take the name of Yahweh in vain. And in closing out on this, let's go to Isaiah, the 66th chapter. I won't have time to make it to Psalms 123, but tomorrow, if I'm blessed enough, I will be back. Isaiah, the 66th chapter. And it says, in the 5th verse, hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahweh be glorified. But he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. They're going to be ashamed that they hated you. They're going to be ashamed that they weren't happy for you. They're going to be ashamed that they didn't love you. Because I put my name in you. I put my name on you. And this is why I've established you to bring forth my word. And they hated you for my name's sake. They didn't love you and say, you know what? For Yah's name's sake, I'm going to love them. Because of Yah, for Yahweh's word and his name's sake, I'm going to bless them. But no. Praise the mighty Yah. I will read this Psalms 122 one last time. And before I read that, let's finish just a couple more verses in Isaiah 66. I just had to glance at Psalms 122 because now I remember exactly why I wanted to come here. And it says even further, he says, they shall be ashamed in the 5th verse. And then the 6th verse, a voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of Yahweh that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she delivered us a man-child. Who has heard such a thing? Who's seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the birth and not cause to bring forth? Says Yah. Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb? Says Yah. Says thy Elohim. Think I show you all these signs for nothing? Think I'm giving you all this truth just to keep showing forth hate? You think I'm showing you love so you can just hate? Or if I'm showing you my signs of love so you can start tapping into love and loving the name of Yah, loving the word of Yah, loving those that will bring forth the word of Yah, loving the place in which Yahweh would give you for his word. Rejoice. Look at the 10th verse. Rejoice with Jerusalem. Be glad with her. All ye that love her, rejoice for joy with her. All ye that mourn for her, that ye may suck and be satisfied with the breast of her consolations, that ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. And yes, her glory is the word of the Almighty. Come and get wine and milk and honey and bread without money. For thus says Yahweh, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall ye suck, ye shall be borne upon her sides and be dandled upon her knees. As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. You're going to be comforted in Jerusalem. So this is why Yahweh's letting us know through Psalms 122, this song of degrees is that, let's close out and go back to Psalms 122 so it can all make sense to us. Psalms 122. He said, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yah. Because now we can get to the next level in this life and really understand what's good. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem ain't dead. The land is asleep, but the people and the spirit that Yahweh has for Jerusalem is not dead. Jerusalem is built as a city that is joined together. You see that? That's how we supposed to be, compact together, joined. We supposed to be joined together. What we doing? Whither the tribes go up? The tribes of Yah, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yah. For there are set thrones of judgment, thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. If you're praying for the peace, then you're going to seek the peace also for Jerusalem, the people. And if you want to prosper, the Almighty already let you know, well, you better love Jerusalem. That's going to be your true next level key to prosperity. Peace be within our walls and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within thee. Because of the house of Yah, our Elohim, I will seek thy good. Because if Yahweh don't have no house, well, there is no place for sacrifice. There's no place we can love the Almighty. There's no place where he can dwell in our midst. Well, with a song of degrees, at that point turns into songs of damnation, songs of disappointment, song of discouragement, disparage. With that being said, praise the mighty Yah. Praise Yahweh for this opportunity to bring forth his words of truth in the sanctuary at 2330 Kemper Lane. Praise Yahweh for all those indulging with me. Praise Yah. We will be back tomorrow. Yahweh loves you, and so do I. Shalom.
Until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing, Yah is our shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe to the law until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing? Yah is a shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe in the mighty Yahweh? Now, who was understanding that? Most of the people trapped up in tradition will ignore the fact that Yah put His word above His name. So take a closer look to live by the ways of another. There are many books, but let us get the whole conclusion. Free Yah and keep His law to rid this whole illusion. Which way you choosing? Life and death the only option. Because we choosing death the reason why we're not thriving. You suicidal must because we are rebellious. Cause we revolted against whatever the Yahweh tells us. We doomed for failure, but the mission start returning. The land inheriting every blessing, you have to earn it. We must get firm to the law until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing. Yah is our shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe to the law until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing? Yah is a shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe in the praising Yah? Though we floss, we boldly through an avatar, but when it's taught to just return, always say our tongue I learned. Yah looking for us, ELohim he see. He say we can't be clean. Said there's no more prophets in this earth, no vision or no dreams. Go so far to say that Yahweh serve and reveal everything. But say you had into the word of Yahweh, you show brand new things. Thinking Yah were some type of party scheme, what type of rationing the rationale? Got us thinking foul, bringing forth the strong witnesses to show Yah is righteous. How the people that's made in His image and His likeness refuse to make unto Yah holy sacrifices. That's why His word don't seem to be enlightening. So, to the law until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing. Yah is our shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe to the law until the testimonies don't add to or diminish one thing? Yah is our shield. If we trusting in Him, do you know about it? Or will you believe in the mighty Yah? Do you believe in the mighty Yah? Do we believe in the mighty Yah?